Alright, I'm gonna try a second time on the answer key too. Both the videos are too long, so that's why I'm posting these later in the morning on Tuesday. So I'm gonna have to go through a little quicker. Number one, factoring. These three are factoring ones. What's in common? Take out. So take out an xy, and we're left there. Take out an x, we're left there. Here, two steps I'm hoping you guys can get. This one you can use the x strategy on. What times what is -8? -4 and 2. We're with x to the fourth, so we can make it x squared minus 4, x squared plus 2. Then, that's one step. Hoping you recognize that x squared minus 4 can be x plus 2 times x minus 2. Remember, difference of two squares. Difference, and this one stays like that. So that's our answer to that one. Okay? Now, 4 through 8 I'll do here. So the answers are here. You can always put this on pause and correct them. And if you get them right, then feel free to move on to maybe fast forward it. I had already done these out for the last video, but then it wouldn't let me publish the video because it was too long. So now I'm back here. Cube root of 128. So we're dealing with, what are our perfect cubes, not just our perfect squares. And 64 is a perfect cube because it's 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So we can take that out, and it's 4 times the cube root of 2. Okay? And number 5 is similar in terms of, okay, fourth roots. So what times what times what times what? We can break it down, and we might need to figure out our perfect fourth roots. But like 2 to the fourth, if you had that, is 16. But 3 to the fourth, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. So once you start expanding your exponents, they get a lot bigger. So anyway, 405 is 81 times 5. The fourth root of 81 is 3, so we take that out and we're left here. Okay? 6. Cube root. Cube root of 125 is 5. 5 to the third is 125, so we take that out and it's right there. T to the sixth. Because it's to the third root, we're figuring out, okay, what times itself 3 times gives us t squared? Well, sorry, it gives us t to the sixth. What times itself 3 times is t to the sixth? It's t squared. So we can take that out. And then w squared, that's not enough to get a third root of w, because it's only w squared. So that just stays inside the root, and then that becomes our answer. Okay, for that one. Let's go to 7 and 8. 45, this is square roots now. Square root of 45, x to the third, y to the 8th. 45 is the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. And the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 times the square root of 5 covers our 45 right here. X to the third. Okay, so we're only dealing with square roots, and x to the third is x squared times x. So we can take out the x right there. The square root of x squared is x, but we still have square root of x there. And then for y to the 8th, what's squared gives us y to the 8th? Well, 4 times 2 is 8. So y to the 4th squared. And the square root of y to the 4th squared is y to the 4th. I know that can be confusing, and I'm hard to understand verbally. Hoping you're able to see it visually and listening to it as well. So we have all this. Where are the things that are outside the radicals? Put them outside here, and then square root of 5 and x go inside the radical there. Okay, so there's that one. Now for number 8, 8x over square root of 8, we got to Remember, no roots in the denominator. Square root of 8 over square root of 8 gives us 8x times the square root of 8. Square root of 8 times 8 is 8. 8 over 8 cancels, so we're left with x times square root of 8. Okay, that one has a lot less work than number 7, which has a lot of layers to number 7. Okay. Number 9. Number 9. Okay, square root of 11 over 9. You can change that to be square root of 11 over 9 like that. Now I'm taking you through like the long way to do this. No roots in the denominator. So we multiply by square root of 9 over square root of 9. Get square root of 99 over 9. Square root of 9 times 11. 3 over 9. We could have done all that to get this. Or you can just say, okay, yeah, we have this. Well, what is the square root of 9? 3. And that's our answer too. So this is the shorter version, and if you can recognize that, I just wanted to show you this to play it out a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of two strategies, kind of a longer version, and then the more efficient version right here. I don't care which one you do. That's number 9. Number 10 is long. Hopefully you're following along with this. You'll never see one like this that and again, I'll talk more about what the type of test I'm going to give you, which is open notebook. Doesn't count as much as like a real test if we were in school. Square root of 1 over 128, c to the 4th, d to the 7th. Simplifies to this. Remember, this is a 1, so we have this. Simplify c to the 4th and d to the 7th. Simplify square root of 128. And then once you've done this, this brings us down to here. C squared d to the 3rd times d, because we have the extra d here because it's d to the 7th. What's in the denominator? Square root of 64 is 8 times the square root of 2. Oh, we got to get rid of that square root of 2. So square root of 2 over square root of 2. And we end up with this as our answer. Because square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Again, pause, look through it a little bit. 11, not as overwhelming as you think. Square root of 9 over square root of 64. Those are easy, right? 3 and 8. And that's why you get 3 and 8 down here. A to the 5th. Well, a squared squared, that gives us a to the 4th. And then here's our extra a for make it a to the 5th. B to the 4th, b squared squared. So there's that. So we end up with b squared, and then a squared times the square root of a. That's that extra a from a to the 5th. There's no roots on the bottom, so we don't have to do any extra multiplications. That is our answer. $12 and $13 aren't bad either. 12 is, actually the answer is 1, because if you simplify 12, square root of 12, you're going to get 2 times the square root of 3 on top of 2 times the square root of 3. So you've got the same thing on top of each other to get 1. You could have played it out and multiplied the bottom by square root of 3. You'd still get 6 over 6 and get 1 is our answer there. 13. Short amount of work. Get rid of the square root of y. Square root of y, square root of y. So square root of xy. Square root of y times square root of y is y, so 3y there. 14 is Pythagorean theorem. That's one leg. Here's another leg. Square them out and get the answer. You're going to need to follow along on your own, because I'm going to end the video at this point because of time to make sure I can get it on. So maybe put a pause and try to follow through. All right?